Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you all in a good condition to following this material today. Then, in this occasion, I want to introduce you first my group who will become speaker today. First of me, Nur Khalifah Dewi, and there are four my friends. There are Muhammad Akmaluddin Hanif, and then Unfi Wahidatun Nasruna, then Alvina Az-Zahra, and the last one is Naini Juliawati. Okay, in this chapter of 21 is about time. There are 5 parts of time. In point A, there are one thing before another. In point B, things happening at the same time. In point C, one thing after another. In point D, time when, and in point E, connecting to periods or events. Then in point E is one thing before another. But actually guys, in this PPT you watch right now, there are each of example and explanation. So you can read and you can learn it by yourself. But here I want to read you some of example today. There are before I went to work, I fed the cat, and the formula is plus clause and most typical. And then before going to work, I wrote some letters plus minus in form and formal or written still. I hope you understand, and I will continue in point B. Things happening at the same time. There are while I, as, and at every time, whenever, during talk, and during. First, I read you the example and a little explain you about while I. And then you can watch the first example. While I write, I read the newspaper. In the this is two moments that happening will the same time, or you can call it hampir bersamaan. Look at this formula. Or more formal, while waiting, I read blah blah blah. The waiting and the reading happen together. Jadi ini menjelaskan kedua kejadian yang hampir terjadi secara bersamaan. Di things happening at the same time ini bukan hampir bersamaan ya kejadiannya, tapi emang di waktu yang sama. Oke, next. In point C, one thing after another. Dengan contoh, after I look up, I went to bed. The formula or more formal, if you say after looking up, we don't usually say after having looked up, which is very formal still. And then the point D, time when, with the example when, as soon as, once, moment or the minutes, and the time that or on that occasion. The first example, when I'm rich and famous, I'll buy a yacht. But you don't say when I will be rich. In point A, connecting to periods or event. There are in the meantime, till then, since then I. Okay, the first Example is dinner will be ready in about an hour. In the meantime, relax and have a drink. Mm, which formula between now and the meal? Next in chapter 22 is about condition. In point A, in condition 2, if there are several another words and parts of expressing condition. First, of example, you can come in unless you have a ticket. So you can say you can come in unless if you don't have a ticket. Second, you can borrow the bike on condition that you return it by 5 o'clock. Third, in case of fire, dial 112. Or when there is in case of fire dial 112, usually seen or notice you can also say in the event of. Fourth, you can stay as long as you don't mind sleeping on the sofa. Or you can say less formal than so long as, and less formal and not so strong as on condition that. But we look back about uh, the notes say don't confuse in case of with in case. Take your umbrella in case it rains mean it isn't raining but it might. Jadi ini kayak sebuah kemungkinan ya. Next in point B is know the use of supposing and what if atau bagaimana jika. Usually in spoken language for possible situation in the future. What if is more direct. Jadi bagaimana sebuah kemungkinan tapi itu terjadi eh, jangka dekat gitu. Kayak contoh ini percakapan antara Mick dan Alice. Mick, Paul's coming tomorrow. He'll help us. And Alice, supposing. Or you can say, what if he doesn't turn up? What shall we do then? And in point C, condition with ever. The example is however, whichever, wherever, whenever. Okay, and the first example is however you do, it will cost a lot of money. Second, you'll get to the railway station whichever bus you take. And then in point D, some nouns which expression condition. It contains condition must be met before the peace talks can begin. Or the formula is rather formal. Then a good standards of English is a prerequisite for studying at British University, or absolutely necessary is very formal word. And then what are the entry requirements for doing a diploma in management at your college? This is official condition or rather formal. And the last, I will not move to London under any circumstance. This is very formal. But we have to look at notes in the example in A, B, C. The present tense is used in the conditional clause, but you don't say take your umbrella in case it will rain.
The next chapter, we will learn some linking words to express cause, reason, purpose, and result, then conjunction and contrast and addition. At firstly, What is linking word? Linking words is a word to help you connect the ideas in a sentences. Atau dengan kata lain, linking word adalah kata yang menghubungkan suatu ide dengan ide lainnya dalam suatu kalimat. For example, cause, since, and as adalah kata yang sering digunakan untuk menerangkan suatu alasan. Adapun contoh penggunaan linking word adalah sebagai berikut. Linking word to express cause, reason, purpose, and result. A. Cause and reason. For example, because, for, as, since, due to, the cause of, and owing to. Dari contoh tersebut, because, for, and as adalah kata yang biasanya paling sering digunakan untuk menerangkan suatu sebab atau alasan. And then, here are other ways to express cause and reason. For example, the collision was due to the ice condition. The collision was caused by ice on the road. The cause of the collision was ice on the road. Owing to the ice condition, the two cars collided. Kata due to, was caused by, and owing to dari kalimat di atas merujuk pada cause and reason dan penggunaannya bersifat rather informal. And if we use owing to with a clause, we must follow it with the fact that. Example, owing to the fact that the conditions were icy, the two cars collided. Not say, owing to the conditions were icy. Jadi, penggunaan owing to pada klausa harus diikuti dengan the fact that. Baru setelah itu klausanya, yaitu the condition were icy. And the example for some other cause that rather formal is the rise in price sparked off a loud political protest. The president's statement gave rise to a lot of criticism. Or the president's statement provoked a lot of criticism. Or the president's statement generated a lot of criticism. And the last example, the new law has brought about great change in education, or the new law led to great change in education. Next, B. Linking word to express reason for and purpose of doing things. Linking word untuk menyatakan alasan dan tujuan melakukan sesuatu. For example, her reason for not going with us was that she had no money. Or the reason why she didn't go with us was that blah blah blah. Contoh tersebut, her reason for not going with us menunjukkan reason, suatu alasan dari the reason why she didn't go with us. Tujuan kenapa ia tidak pergi. Kalimat ini sifatnya kurang formal. And the following sentences are very formal and more frequent in written English is I wonder what his motive were in sending that email for purpose, and I wonder what prompted her to send that letter. Reason or clause. And other example, she wrote to the press with the aim of exposing the scandal for purpose, and I invite you here with a view to resolving our difference. sound a bit more indirect than with the aim of from reason. C. Results. For example, the result of all this change is that no one is happy anymore, or the consequence of all this change is that no one is happy anymore. Dari kedua contoh tersebut, result and consequence memiliki arti yang sama, tetapi consequence sifatnya lebih formal daripada result. The other example is his remark resulted in everyone getting angry, menggunakan verb in, yaitu result plus in. And the last example, when the election results were announced, chaos ensued. Contoh tersebut adalah contoh yang sifatnya sangat formal. Next chapter is about conjunction and contrast. Conjunction means keeping one part of an idea or fact, but putting another, more important argument or fact against it. Jadi, conjunction merupakan salah satu adverb phrase atau klausa keterangan yang digunakan untuk menyatakan atau menunjukkan adanya pertentangan atau contrary di mana di antara dua kejadian atau lebih terdapat hubungan yang saling terkait. The word that usually used in conjunction is although and nevertheless. A. Verb of conjunction. For example, I acknowledge that he has worked hard, but it isn't enough. I agree that blah blah blah. Or I accept that he has worked hard, but it isn't enough. I agree that blah blah blah. Penggunaan acknowledge dan accept dari contoh tersebut memiliki makna yang sama, tetapi accept penggunaannya bersifat kurang formal jika dibandingkan dengan acknowledge. The other example, I admit I was wrong, but I still think we were right to doubt her. I accept I'm caught on what I'm accused of. B. Adverb and other phrase showing contrast. Example for very informal. Okay, your story, that's all well and good, but how are you going to pay us back? Or, okay, you are sorry, that's all very well, but how are you going to pay us back? And the other example, you shouldn't seem so surprised. After all, I didn't warn you. And it's all very well saying you love dog, but we will take it up for walks if we do get one. And the more formal, for example, admittedly she put a lot of effort in, but it was all wasted. I took she didn't like me. In fact, the rest of was true. Or the other example, it's not actually raining now. On the other hand, it may rain later, so take the umbrella. Penggunaan kata the other hand di sini memiliki arti itu benar dan ini juga benar jika dilihat dari sudut pandang yang berbeda. C. Collocating phrase for contrast. For example, when it comes to politics, Jamie and Isabel are poles apart. Then, there's a word of difference between being a friend and a lover. A yawning gap divides the rich and poor in many countries. and etc. Next chapter is about addition. Addition linking words showing ideas that are related to some topic. Atau dengan kata lain, kata yang digunakan untuk menyatakan penambahan informasi. For example, and also to adalah kata yang biasa digunakan dalam addition. And the other words to express addition is A. Expression for linking sentence or clause. For example, for this job you need a degree. In addition, you need at least 2 years experience. Penggunaan in addition di sini sifatnya lebih formal daripada menggunakan and, also, and to. And the next examples, smartphones are becoming more sophisticated. Furthermore, they are becoming cheaper. Or smartphones are becoming more sophisticated. Moreover, they are becoming cheaper. And or smartphones are becoming more sophisticated. What's more, they are becoming cheaper. Penggunaan furthermore and moreover are normally interchangeable dan sifatnya agak formal. Sedangkan untuk what's more sifatnya informal dan what's it's more sifatnya agak informal. And the last examples is children should respect their parents. Likewise, they should respect their teacher. And B, expression at the end of sentence clause, yaitu pernyataan penambahan yang berada di akhir kalimat. Contohnya, they sell chairs, tables, bed, and so on. Or they sell chairs, tables, beds, and etc. It still go to the committee, then to the board, then to another committee, and so on and so forth. He was a good sportsman and an excellent musician into the bargain, or to both. Dari contoh tersebut, dapat diketahui bahwa so on, etc., so forth, and so forth adalah contoh addition yang terletak di akhir kalimat. Serta penggunaan so on dalam kalimat tersebut sifatnya lebih informal daripada etc. C. Expression that begin or come in the middle of sentence or clause, yaitu pernyataan penambahan yang terletak di awal dan di tengah kalimat. Untuk kata yang berada di tengah atau di awal kalimat, penggunaannya harus diikuti oleh nouns, noun plus, or verb ing. For example, you say, as well as speaking English. Not say, as well as they speak English. Or the other examples, further to my telephone call to you yesterday. Then, in addition to winning the gold medals. And then, I have to go to the bank today, as well as getting my as well as getting my hair cut, and etc.
Text referring word. Text referring words take their meaning from surrounding text. For example, distance in isolation does not mean much. Jadi, text referring word ini adalah kata-kata yang merujuk pada kalimat atau konteks yang baru saja disebutkan. For example 1, we decided to look at the problem again and try to find a solution. What problem? Jadi, kata problem dan solution ini membantu mengatur argumen teks, tetapi tidak menjelaskan topik teks tersebut, melainkan menunjukkan suatu tempat di tempat lain. For example 2, pollution is increasing. The problem is getting worse each day. Kata problem merujuk pada pollution is increasing. B. Problem solution word. Problem solution word ini termasuk jenis teks problem solution di mana masalah disajikan dengan membahas permasalahannya. Contoh seperti kata feature, problem, effect, approach, and solution. Atau lebih jelasnya bisa dilihat dalam PPT. Problem solution word like a situation, problem, response, solution, and evaluation. Next, discourse marker in speech. Discourse marker in speech are word and phrase like anyway, right, as I say, okay, to begin with. We use them to connect, organize, and manage what we say or write or to express attitude. Discourse marker in speech atau penanda wacana adalah kata-kata seperti anyway, right, as I say, okay, to begin with, di mana kata tersebut biasa digunakan untuk menghubungkan, mengatur, dan mengelola apa yang kita katakan atau tulis untuk mengekspresikan sikap atau attitude. Discourse marker yang biasa digunakan dalam bahasa Inggris yaitu you know, actually, like, basically, I mean, so, and okay. Untuk contoh penggunaannya bisa dilihat pada PPT. Here are some common markers which organize the different stage of a conversation. Nah, inilah beberapa contoh discourse marker yang mengatur berbagai tingkatan dalam percakapan, yaitu now, so, good, well then, now then, fine, or great. Next, discourse marker in writing. A. Organizing a formal text, atau kata-kata yang umum digunakan dalam mengatur teks formal, yaitu first or firstly or first of all, next, secondly, thirdly, finally, or lastly, turning to, leaving aside, in parentheses, in summary, to sum up, in sum, in conclusion, to conclude. B. Markers for explaining, exemplifying, refreshing, etc. To learn new words properly, a lot of recycling is needed. In other words, or that is to say, you have to study the same word over and over again. That is to say, is much more formal. Some English words are hard to pronounce. For example, or for instance, egg. It might be possible, say, to include the parent in the discussion. Similar to, for example, not the commas before and after. Say is also common in spoken language. The parliament has different commas. Briefly, this consists of two main tips. The explanation will be short and not comprehensive. She is, so to speak, or as it were, living in a world of her own. Makes what you are saying sound less definite or precise, as it were, is more formal. C. Signpost around the text. Signpost around the text adalah nama yang biasa digunakan untuk kata atau frasa yang mengekspresikan hubungan dari dua ide dan melakukan perubahan atau modifikasi dari titik satu ke titik selanjutnya secara tertulis. Signpost ini bisa menghubungkan ide-ide dalam sebuah kalimat, menghubungkan dua kalimat, dua paragraf, bahkan dua bagian isai menjadi satu.
Okay, the next material is work. Some job titles are found in a wide range of different workplaces. The broad meanings are given here. The right-hand page exercise will help you work out more precise meanings. Director, member of the board of a company. Executive, important person who makes big decisions. Administrator, person who runs the office day to day. Clerk, ordinary office worker. Skilled worker, trained to do specific tasks. Building a computer. Unskilled worker, doing a job that needs no training. Laborer, does hard physical work. Receptionist, visitor must check in with them. Public relation officer, gives some information to the press, TV, etc. about the company. Safety officer, make sure machine, etc. are not dangerous to use. Security officer, make sure thieves or criminals cannot enter. Union representative, looks after the staff's interests. Economist, expert in financial matters. Personnel officer, takes care of administration for new and exciting employees. Sales assistant, sell good to the public. Education officer, organize training, classes, etc. for employees. Research worker, or investigates and develops new products. Supervisor, make sure workers are doing their job properly. Di sini beberapa gelar pekerjaan terdapat di berbagai tempat kerja, memiliki arti yang sangat luas, dan di sini membantu Anda untuk menghasilkan makna yang lebih tepat. Contohnya seperti director, yaitu anggota dewan perusahaan. Eksekutif, orang yang penting yang membuat keputusan besar. Lalu ada administrator, orang yang menjalankan kantor harian. Juru tulis atau clerk, yaitu biasa pekerja kantor. Lalu ada pekerja terampil, dilatih untuk melakukan tugas tertentu, misalnya membangun komputer. Lalu ada pekerjaan yang tidak terampil, melakukan pekerjaan yang sulit, pekerjaan fisik. Selanjutnya ada resepsionis, yaitu pengunjung harus check-in dengan mereka. Petugas hubungan masyarakat atau relation officer, memberikan informasi kepada press, TV, dan lain-lain tentang perusahaan. Petugas keamanan atau safety officer, yaitu memastikan mesin dan lain-lain tidak berbahaya untuk digunakan. Selanjutnya yaitu petugas keamanan, membuat pencuri atau penjahat tidak dapat masuk. Lalu ada perwakilan union, terlihat setelah kepentingan staf. Ekonom, seperti pakar dalam jurusan urusan keuangan. Petugas personil, mengurus administrasi untuk karyawan baru. Lalu ada supervisor, yaitu menyelidiki dan mengembangkan produk baru. Di sini jenis-jenis pekerjaan di tempat kerja. Okay, and then here are some profession or jobs that require considerable training and or qualification, and trades, skilled manual jobs requiring on-the-job and other training. Lawyer, dentist, hairdresser, mechanic, architect. Priest, vet farmer, librarian, physiotherapist. Childminder, police officer, accountant, engineer, science chef. Firefighter, civil servant, tailor or dressmaker, designer, builder, carpenter, plumber. Oke, selanjutnya yaitu beberapa profesi atau pekerjaan yang membutuhkan banyak pelatihan dan kualifikasi. Contohnya perdagangan, pekerjaan manual terampil yaitu yang membutuhkan pekerjaan dan pelatihan lainnya. Lalu ada apa ya? Kayak semacam pengacara mekanik arsitek. Lalu ada ketua dokter hewan, petani pustakawan, ahli fisioterapis, lalu ada penjaga anak, akuntan, insinyur, dan juga chef. Mereka itu harus membutuhkan banyak pelatihan dan juga kualifikasi yang sesuai dengan profesinya masing-masing. Lalu ada penjahit, pembuat perancang, pembangunan, dan tukang-tukang itu juga pasti harus punya kualifikasi yang baik dan juga terampil. Next, there are collocation of words connected with work. It's not easy to get or find work around this part. I've been offered work or a job in Paris. What did you do for a living? I'm in publishing or banking, etc. It's hard to make a living as a freelance writer. Earn enough money to live comfortably. She's not prepared to take on that job, suggests having personal responsibility. Oke, yang selanjutnya yaitu tentang gabungan kata-kata yang berhubungan dengan pekerjaan. Di sini contohnya yaitu tidak mudah untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan. Aku ditawari pekerjaan di Paris. Apa yang kau lakukan untuk hidup? Apa yang aku lakukan untuk hidup? Yaitu aku ditempatkan di penerbitan, bank, dan juga lain-lain. Lalu di sini ada juga contohnya sulit untuk mencari nafkah sebagai penulis lepas. Terus dia tidak siap untuk mengambil pekerjaan itu. To do shift work or to work shifts nights 1 week, that's the next week. And then to be on flexi time or flexible working hours. And then to work 9 to 5 or regularly day work. There are examples for hours of work. And then to go or to be on strike is industrial dispute. And then to get the sacked or thrown out of your job. Then to be fired, or more formal than get the sack, often used as a direct address, you're fired. And then to be made redundant, turnout, no longer needed, to be laid off, more informal than made redundant, to give up work. And then to be on or to be take maternity woman or paternity man leave before or after the birth of a baby. To be on or to be take sick leave or illness. And then to take early retirement or retire at 55. There is example for not working. And then to be a workaholic or love work too much. To be promoted or get a higher position. And the last, to apply for a job or fill in forms, etc. There is example for other useful expression. Oke, di sini adalah contoh ekspresi yang digunakan ketika jam bekerja, yaitu seperti to do shift work or to work shift, yaitu untuk melakukan shift work atau giliran kerja, seperti kayak malam selama seminggu, terus hari pada minggu berikutnya kayak gitu. Terus lalu ada to be on flexi time or flexible work hours, yaitu berada di flexi time, jam yang sangat fleksibel. Lalu ada to work 9 to 5 regular day works, yaitu bekerja dari 9 ke 5 kayak hari kerja biasa gitu. Lalu ada ekspresi ketika kita tidak bekerja, yaitu seperti to go or to be on strike, yaitu seperti yaitu seperti kayak saat kita pergi lalu atau kita mogok kerja, bisa jadi kayak seperti itu, yang dimana itu terjadi pada perselisihan dalam industri. Selanjutnya yaitu ada contoh seperti itu, get the sack atau thrown out of your job, itu kayak dikeluarkan gitu tapi dengan cara yang kasar mungkin. Lalu ada to be fired, more formal than get the sack, kayak dipecat gitu cuman lebih formal daripada yang contoh sebelumnya tadi. Lalu ada to be made redundant, itu seperti kayak yang kayak dipecat secara berlebihan gitu, diusir, kayak ya udah nggak mau terima dia lagi. Dan contohnya masih banyak lagi. Lalu selanjutnya yaitu ada other useful expression atau ekspresi lain yang digunakan juga, yaitu seperti to be a workaholic atau love work too much, yaitu untuk menjadi pekerja yang keras, seperti kayak cinta banget sama pekerjaannya lah ya, seneng banget bekerja. Terus ada yang to be promoted, get a higher position, dia untuk dipromosikan, yaitu mendapatkan posisi yang lebih tinggi. And then the last, to apply for a job, fill in forms, yaitu melamar pekerjaan, yaitu mengisi formulir dan juga sebagainya.
Expression with set and but. First, expression with set. Here is a list of phrasal verb with set. Each expression is followed by its meaning. Example sentences are also given. Set about. Set about is to start or do something with determination. So, set about adalah untuk memulai atau melakukan sesuatu dengan tekad. Example, he set about the test with grim concentration. 2. Set someone apart. Make someone seem distinctive or superior. Jadi, set someone apart adalah membuat seseorang tampak berbeda atau lebih unggul. Example, his blunt view set him apart. 3. Set something aside. To place something in a place that it's to one set are out of the way. Untuk menempatkan sesuatu di tempat yang satu sisi atau keluar dari jalan. Example, Betty set the manuscript aside until she had more time to work on it. Liz set aside her book for a while. In this slide has many examples. You guys all can read and understood. Second, expression with but. 1. Bad way. To put something in the place where you usually keep it when you are not using it. So, put away adalah untuk menempatkan sesuatu di tempat di mana Anda biasanya menyimpannya ketika Anda tidak menggunakannya. Example, he put the notebook away and stood up. 2. Put back. To put something in the place where it was before it was moved. So, put back adalah untuk menempatkan sesuatu di tempat itu sebelum dipindahkan. Example, can you put the book back when you finish with it? 3. Put down. To put someone or something onto a surface, especially the floor. So, put down adalah untuk menempatkan seseorang atau sesuatu ke permukaan, terutama lantai. Example, Emma put her bag down and went upstairs. So in this slide you can read and understood many examples. Expression with come and go. Definition of come and go. First, used to talk about time that has passed. Digunakan untuk waktu yang telah berlalu. Sample, more than 100 years have come and gone since the day of that famous battle. Second, used to talk about people who appear and then leave as time pass. Digunakan untuk berbicara orang-orang yang muncul dan membicarakan orang-orang yang muncul dan kemudian pergi sebelum waktu berlalu. Example, she seen a lot of employees come and go during her time in the company. Here are some phrasal verb based on come. Berikut adalah beberapa phrasal verb. Did the meeting you were planning ever come off? Take place. Unfortunately, I don't think his jokes ever quite come off. Success. When do the exam result come out? Be published or made public. Here are some expressions which come to, usually with an idea of arriving at and come into, often with an idea of starting or acquiring. Come to, an agreement, a conclusion, standstill, and then a decision, blow, or to start fighting. Come into, bloom, flower, contact, a fortune, money, a legacy, operation, or start working. Here are some phrasal verbs based on go. Some have a number of different meaning. Go on, what is going on next door? Happening. They went on working despite the noise. Continued. As the week went on, things improved past. You gone. We catch you up later. Go in advance. The oven should go on at 6, meaning start operation. He always going on at me about my untidy hair, meaning complaining. Okay, some example you guys of all can read and understood. Last, miscellaneous expression. The definition of miscellaneous is people or things that are varied or mixed and cannot easily be categorized or grouped. Jadi, hal-hal yang bervariatif atau dicampur dan tidak mudah untuk dikategorikan walau dikelompokkan. Example. Here are some of the expression from with, look, see, run, turn, let, and break. Look, I'm tired of living abroad and I'm looking forward to going home soon. See, try to see about or to arrangement for the conference plus at least a year in advance. We all went to see Jim off at the airport. Run. Let's run over the plane again to make sure we've thought of everything. The children have run me off my feet today and I'm absolutely exhausted. June. Naoko turned up last night. I have seen for years. Don't let go of the rope, or she fall and hurt herself. Rick. Burglars broke into our house while we were on holiday and stole the TV or television. When he left her, he broke her heart.
Okay guys, thanks for your attention. Thanks for watch our video. We are from group 3. We apologize to you all if there is something wrong from our speech or from our material. And the last say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.